An asymmetrical neckline is a one-sided neckline which falls diagonally from one shoulder across the chest and under the other arm. In a nutshell, an asymmetrical neckline simply means any neckline where the two sides are not mirrored. Hello guys, welcome back to a new tutorial. My name is Bolaji, and if this is your first time of coming across my video, welcome to Reggie School of Fashion. On this channel, I upload fashion designing related content regularly for both male and female using pattern drafting, which is a world standard method in clothing construction. In this quick tutorial, I will be walking you through the process of drafting an asymmetrical neckline, which can be applied on a corporate wears, owambe, and wedding dresses. If this is what you've been looking for, be rest assured that you are in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, so that you will get regular updates anytime I release a new video. Are you guys ready? Let's go. When drafting an asymmetrical neckline, your pattern must be on folds. You have to fold your pattern because the two sides are not equal. One side is different from another. So that is why it is called an asymmetrical neckline. Any neckline whereby the two sides are not equal or two sides are not mirrored, which you cannot mirror the pattern, it means an asymmetrical neckline. An asymmetrical neckline can be achieved in different forms. So that is asymmetrical neckline achieved through an off-shoulder neckline. One shoulder will be a full shoulder while the other will be an off shoulder. So with this, we'll be able to achieve an asymmetrical neckline. So I have my basic bodice drafted on my pattern already, and I stopped on the chest level. I extended it downward with 3 inches so that it will not stop exactly on the chest level. If you don't know how to draft a basic bodice block, I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice block for a female figure. The video is in 3 parts, part 1, 2, and 3. The videos has been linked up in the description box already. So this is my neckline. This line is the starting point. It can be called a starting point or a borderline. So this is the neckline, this is the shoulder line, this is the armhole, and this is the chest line. So when drafting an asymmetrical neckline, the first thing to do is to determine your neckline width and depth. So for the neckline width, I will be making use of 4 inches. And because I have a basic neckline drafted on my pattern already, which is 3 inches by 3 inches. So I will be adding 1 inch to make it 4 inches. Okay, so this is my neck depth. So the next step is to determine how low I want the neckline to be. This connection is going like so to meet the other parts of the armhole. So how deep do I want this to be? If I want it to be 3 inches deep, I will maintain the 3 inches point I have here. So which means my connection with ghost doors. And if I want it deeper than 3 inches, I can add extra 1 inch to make it 4 inches. After getting the neck width and depth, then I will cut out the pattern. So after cutting out my pattern, this is what I have. Then I will draw out the center line. This is the center of my pattern. So I'm drawing out a line so that you guys can see it clearly. Okay, and this is the chest level. So the next step is to create the asymmetrical neckline. You can see I have my armhole on both sides now, and as I said earlier, one side of the pattern is going to be an off-shoulder neckline. So that is like a combination of two necklines. When drafting an asymmetrical neckline, this can be achieved in different ways using different methods. For instance, if you are making a monostrap top or dress, by default, as in automatically, your neckline is going to be an asymmetrical neckline. But when you are making an off-shoulder dress, you can make an off-shoulder dress without your neckline being asymmetrical. And again, you can apply an asymmetrical on a normal two shoulders waist. So it all depends on what you want and your creativity. So that was what I said. Asymmetrical neckline can be achieved in different ways. So now I will be showing you how to achieve an asymmetrical neckline with an off-shoulder neckline. So I have this side already with the neck width. This is the neck width point, and this is the neck depth. So which means this side is what I'm using as the off-shoulder. This depends on you. There's no rule that guides this. You can decide to make the left side of your pattern the off-shoulder or the right side of the pattern to be an off-shoulder. It is all left to you. So the next step is to take the measurement of the armhole of the part I want to use as the off-shoulder. Then I will now decide how low I want the off-shoulder to be. How low I want it to be. So for instance, I can make it as 4 inches low, 5 inches. I think the minimum is 4 inches. So it's between 4 to 6 inches. If I want it to be 4 inches low, so please don't make this mistake. Don't forget 1 inch has been taken away from the shoulder line already when slanting the shoulder. So which means if I want it to be 4 inches low, instead of measuring 4 inches, I will measure 3 inches. And if I want it to be 5 inches low, instead of measuring 5 inches, I will measure 4 inches. So I'm measuring 4 inches, so which means the off shoulder will be 5 inches low. So the next step is to connect these 3 points together. This point, which is the neck width on the other side, as a point 1. So let me just label this as left and right. Let's assume it's left and right. So let's assume this is the left and this is the right. So the neck width I have on the left hand side is a 0.1. The neck depth is a 0.2. Then the point of off shoulder on the right hand side is a 0.3. So I'll be connecting these 3 points together in such a way I want the shape to be. When creating an asymmetrical neckline, just as I do tell my students that we have 3 basic primary necklines, just the way we have 3 primary colors. So from these primary colors, you can get different types of color. You can get 3 combinations of colors, secondary colors, and so on and so forth. This concept is also applied in fashion designing as well. From the 3 primary necklines, which are the round neckline, the square neckline, and the V neckline. From these 3 necklines, you can create as many necklines as possible, as far as your creativity can take you. So I want to create the asymmetrical neckline, which can be any shape of my choice. I can make it to be a V shape, I can make it to be a square shape, and I can make it to be a round shape. So I'll be showing you the 3 different ways you can create your asymmetrical neckline. And I will start with the round neckline. If I want this to go around in an asymmetrical form, so I will just connect like so. So our concentration is on these 3 points, 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3, and I'll be sketching it out first before shaping with my ruler. So now I can perfect this with my curve ruler. So can you see what I have? Okay, so this is what I have after connecting the 3 points together. So this is an asymmetrical neckline. You can see the shape. So that was why I said earlier that asymmetrical simply means the two sides of the pattern cannot be mirrored. You can see what we have here. When we are cutting this on fabric, it has to be cut opened. You cannot fold and let me cut this at once. It has to be opened up before cutting. That was why I said the two sides cannot be mirrored. So this is first design, and for the second design I want to have something like a V shape. If I want to have something like a V shape, I can place my ruler. Okay. So if I want to have a V shape, you can see the positioning of my ruler. With this, I cannot maintain the 4 inches width. If you want it to be at the center of the pattern, you can stop the line at the center. You don't want to be if you don't want it to fall at the center, you can extend it downward. So I have something like this. Then I will pick it up from this point or wherever I want it to meet. If I want the V to meet at the center, I will pick it up from the center and connect it to the other side of the off-shoulder armhole. And I'll have something like this. This to this. And if I want it deeper, I can make use of this point. Can you see what I have? So if you have been seeing something like this and you are wondering how they achieved it, this is just the simple way of achieving it. So can you see this is an asymmetrical neckline. So I'll be showing you the third way of achieving an asymmetrical neckline. Now I'll be showing you how to connect the third asymmetrical neckline, which is the connection from the neck width point on the left hand side to the connection on the off shoulder point on the right hand side. And because this is going to be a little bit closer, that was why I joined extra piece of paper to my pattern paper. So the connection goes thus. I will just take my straight ruler. This is just a straight line that goes down in a diagonal manner, like so. So if you want this wider, all you need to do is just to extend your neck width. You can see this is like above the basic neck depth. It is higher than the basic neck depth. So if you want it lower, you add to this point and you add to this point. So with that, you can add to it. You can see what I have. So these are the 3 designs you can create from an asymmetrical neckline. This is the first one, which is a round. And this is the second one. This is like a square. And the third one that gives you like a V shape. So I'll be cutting out this V shape first, so that you guys can see how it looks like. So by the time you apply this on your top, dresses, wedding gown, you will see it looks beautiful and perfectly. With this, there is no error, no issue. So this is totally different from a mono strap. You can see this is not a mono strap. So it's an off shoulder. So this is a full shoulder and this is an off shoulder. It's off the shoulder. But when you are making a mono strap is without sleeve. There's no how you can attach a sleeve to a mono strap dress. So that is the difference. So I'll be cutting on the second design, which is the square design. So can you see how this looks? So this is the right side, so don't get lost. This is the right side, this is the half of the shoulder on the right side, and this is the full shoulder on the left hand side. So this is what the square shape will give you, and I will cut out the round shape. So in order to cut out the round shape, I will just attach the patterns together. So, and for the round neckline, can you see what I have? I know you will have been seeing something like this that goes round. So this is the third asymmetrical neckline. So these are the three ways you can achieve your asymmetrical neckline design with an off shoulder neckline. Thanks so much guys for watching this quick video to the end. Don't forget to like and share this video with everyone around you. Also, consider subscribing to my channel if you are yet to do so. Till I come your way next time, when I will be dropping another valuable content from my wealth of knowledge. Always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.